Speaking of incentives, that's one big thing what cosmonauts, Atom stakers especially, are really excited about, because it could be this ultimate killer application that everyone's been waiting for so many years, in this yield jungle with DeFi applications that make so high yields. And Atom, well, we have been spoiled very highly with a lot of airdrops in the past few months and year, I guess, starting with Osmosis and then Juno. And then over the months, I lost count how many airdrops we got. But this would also mean for Atom stakers or Atom delegators, and obviously the validators, that we would not only earn Atom staking rewards, but also staking rewards from that consumer chain, right? That will basically convince the Atom community through governance to say, hey, this is what we give you. Are you fine with that? You already dropped this 25-75 ratio, which is fixed, I guess, for contract chains, contract consumer chains. Mm-hmm. And then for custom consumer chains, it will be negotiated, I guess. Or how does that work? And where do you see this adding value for Atom?
Yeah, so that's right. So with contract consumer chains, the fees are paid in Atom. So won't really look different to Atom delegators, although they may see more rewards in their wallets because there's just more people, paying for the validation. But it's all one, all still the Atom. With the custom consumer chains, they have their own tokens, and so those tokens will be. People don't realize this, but everything Cosmos, every time that the Cosmos code deals with a coin, it's actually always possible for it to handle more than one coin at the same time. And so right now, the Cosmos Hub proof of stake, distribution module only deals with atoms, but it's pretty seamless for it to also have a bunch of other coins, and that's how that's going to work for the for custom consumer chains. As gas fees are paid on those chains and inflation rewards are generated, those are just transferred over to the hub where it goes to the Atom delegators. And so as a user of the Atom hub, you will see, you go on Kepler and you'll see claim reward, and it won't just say, one atom. It will say 1 atom and 12 Quicksilver, or whatever the ratio ends up being, right? And the more custom consumer chains there are, the more coins you're going to be seeing. And so that's almost like a continuous airdrop in a way, where the Atom hub delegators are basically just receiving this dividend continuously for their stake, basically. And it's good for the delegators. Although some people might want to sell them immediately for Atom, that's fine. And I think there's going to be, with AuthZ and a lot of the other there's been a lot of other programmability improvements to the Cosmos SDK. It's going to be possible to have like automatic, basically, if you just want to see the atoms, it can automatically be sold as soon as you receive it. But for people who do want to diversify a little bit, they'll be getting those tokens. And for the projects also, a lot of projects have a lot of their token distribution actually devoted to airdrops. And with interchain security, it's just this one smooth integrated thing, which is like the security, the validator set, the airdrop, all in one.
Yeah, I think there might also be very interesting ways to game the governance, especially for potential consumer chains that will, offer potentially, airdrops. I mean, we've seen a lot on Polkadot. I remember some of the crowd loan projects, they reward people that, how do you call it in Polkadot, like delegate or lock up their coins. Mm-hmm. You have to lock it up for a year. So they basically, parachains on Polkadot, they give out airdrops for everybody who locks up their coins. And it could be that those consumer chains will also give airdrops to people that vote yes on a proposal. And if it goes through, you get another airdrop or something like that. Or how do you see that? Like, I guess in the beginning,
it's very hard to predict.
Yeah. I would just want to say also, I guess, especially in the beginning, a lot of these early consumer chains, like the community will just vote yes on every single proposal without reading it. because they want yields, and that's also fair. But where do you see this going in the mid-long term? I mean, it's gonna, increase the staking rewards for Atom people. I don't know if there's any sort of calculations that can be made, whether that increases the staking rewards from like 60% as of today, I think, to 30, 40, 50, 100% maybe even. I don't know if those calculations exist. And then is there any limit to this, I guess? Is there any cap, or do you think in the long term this will, the community will come to their senses and they will really evaluate those chains? Or how do you see this playing out in the mid or long term, with the yields as an incentive mechanism predominantly?
Yeah, it's very interesting. I think that it's one of those things where you just have to, once you launch, you see how things work out, but it's like very hard to predict. Like I think when they were first working on Cosmos, predicting how proof of stake would look was very, very hard, because it was at this stage where you're like, well, we can have these things called validators, and like people will be incentivized to delegate to them, but it's like, how does that look? Like, who runs it? So I think it's like that similar stage of interchain security where we're just like speculating on stuff right now. But I think that in terms of the negotiation, of basically choosing how much of a reward, how much, what the percentage split is basically. It's very hard to say. I think that, the potential is there for, the hub to actually be, or the hub delegators to not be taking a very big split of it, because that stake can be used for many different consumer chains. So you don't have to get, a big proportion of each. And in terms of how the negotiation will go, won't be like a negotiation per project, really. I mean, it could be kind of in a way, because, somebody could say, hey, I'm thinking to launch this project, like go on Twitter and say, I'm thinking to launch this project, and we're going to do this. We're going to do a 99.1% split where the hub's only going to get 1%. Like, and then people on Twitter might say like, oh, that sucks, I'm not going to vote for that, whatever, like how it is now with debate around governance proposals.
Yeah.